Hello, and welcome to Module 1, Task 3, Understanding Your Degree Plan, Your Support System, and Your Plan for Success. Once again, I am Dr. Ashley Jack, and I am recording this for CI 314 on behalf of myself and Jancy Ramirez. You will access, I can't even say that right now. You will access your information in Module 1 by clicking on the Module 1 folder. When you get into the Module 1 folder, please go to Task 3. In the Task 3, you will find a PowerPoint. This PowerPoint is going to provide you with overall information about some pieces that will help you to be successful that you will be utilizing throughout CI 314. The first thing that I want to talk about is who are some people who are going to help support you. Currently, we have two TAP academic advisors, Emily Stevens and Madison Luker. Now, many of you already have met Emily Stevens. She has been with us for almost a year now, and she's had the opportunity to work with all students. Madison just started this week, this very first week of January, and so she right now is training with Emily. And so you will be meeting Madison, and she will be introducing herself to the students who she will be advising. So maybe you have been a candidate who has been working with Emily, and Emily will still assist you, but you may be assigned to Madison, and Madison will be your assigned academic advisor. So in the next few weeks, you could receive an email stating that Madison would be your advisor. No matter whoever is your advisor, you will find attached their contact information. Yes, you will notice that both of them have the same phone number, 6948, because at this point, there has not been a phone number assigned to Madison. Once we know that there's a phone number assigned to Madison, we will get that sent out. But if you call 316-978-6948, either Emily or Madison will be able to assist you. We have one email address that we utilize so that in case one of them could not help you, the other one can. And so if you ever have academic advising questions, you will want to email them at parapath@wichita.edu, and that information is all located right here. So who is your TAP academic advisor? What do? They're going to assist you with enrollment each semester. They're going to assist you with your course selection for each semester, because we have specific courses within the TAP program that we offer in the fall semesters, and we have specific courses that we offer in the spring semester. And so they will be helping you select what those courses are. Now, you could select a course that's on your plan for fall, and maybe it's being offered in the spring, but you have to understand that that could be being offered on campus, not online at the TAP tuition rate. And so please make sure you're always paying attention to those emails that are coming out from Madison and Emily during enrollment time, because they will be letting you know what classes you can select. They also will help you develop and maintain your plan of study. And I'm going to show you how to access your plan of study today, so that you can always be watching what does your plan of study look like, what classes do you need to be taking each semester, kind of what is the overall plan for your success. They also will assist you with online orientation. All students, when they first enter into our programs, must complete an online orientation. And if you don't get that completed within your first semester, a hold is placed on your account, not allowing you to enroll in the next semester. So please make sure that you are aware if you have completed your online orientation or not. If you have questions on that, make sure you email your TAP academic advisors. They also will help you with the assistance of the transfer of courses. Within the TAP program, you do have the right to take your general education courses at your local community college or at WSU Tech. You want to make sure that you're choosing the right courses. So before you go and enroll in a course that you believe could be a social and behavioral science course, or a course that you believe that could be a further studies course, make sure that you are talking to Emily and Madison, and you're making sure that that is going to transfer in before you enroll in the class and complete the class. And so please know that they are here to help you with that. On this next slide, You're going to learn a little bit about a TAP Success Coach. In this particular class, CI 314, in modules 2, 3, and 4, you will be learning about what is mentoring and how can I get the best out of my mentoring relationship. The reason being is that when you get into CI 605, which is your first internship course, you will be assigned a TAP Success Coach. And they are going to be your mentor. They're going to help you with classroom management. They're going to help you with building relationships. They're going to be working with you on your professional dispositions. They're going to be talking to you about how to be a reflective practitioner, because all successful teachers are reflective. And they're going to be working with you on effective teaching. And they also are going to be helping you with anything that you need to do to get ready for your license. So if you need to teach lessons and have those evaluated, they'll evaluate your lessons. They will not approve your lesson plans. Those lesson plans have to either be approved by your course instructor, whoever's teaching the course, or maybe if you're a teacher of record, then you're going to approve your own lesson. But they will be providing you feedback. So they'll be looking at that lesson plan that you have submitted, and they'll be watching your video of teaching, and they'll be working with you on how to be the most effective teacher. And that might mean that they're going to go back and talk to you about, if you would plan this in your lesson, this is what would make it be so much more successful when you teach the lesson. You're going to have TAP course instructors. This will vary for each of your courses. And the way that you will contact that TAP course instructor is by looking at their contact information in the course syllabus. So make sure that you access that information. They're going to deliver the course content. They're going to provide you feedback and approval to teach any lessons that are required within their course. Not every course requires a lesson, but they may have a lesson that they're going to have you plan and teach. They're the ones who are going to give you the approval of that lesson plan. And they're going to grade your submitted coursework that you submit to their course. You also need to be aware that you have a School of Education interim department head. Some people like to refer to this person as maybe the principal of a school. This is the person that you turn to when you are needing support with some concerns that you may have. But I'm going to tell you that first, you need to look at the resolution guide and how do you resolve your conflicts. And then you contact the interim department head, and he would be willing to help you. So if you ever have questions or concerns, feel free to contact him. But always make sure you contact that resolution guide, which we're going to talk about in the next slide, and they will be able to assist you. You also need to be aware of Tyranny Mount. She's going to be your licensure officer. She's going to be the person you're going to work with when you are ready to apply for the limited TAP license, which we're going to talk a little bit about here later in the module. The other piece that she's going to help you with is when you're ready, when you graduate from this program, you have to apply for your initial teaching license. And Tyranny is going to be your go-to person. She's the one who's going to assist you. So these are all contact information that you need to keep. So you might want to save this PowerPoint so that you have this information for later. The Student Resolution Guide. I think that this is a very important piece that you need to be aware of. I'm going to get out of this PowerPoint for just a second so that I can share this resolution guide. If you go to this link that I have provided you, you are going to find the resolution guide. And this resolution guide is a WSU resolution guide. And what you will find on this resolution guide is, what do you do if you have an academic concern? Yes, you may have a discrimination concern. I hope not. Maybe you have a non-academic concern. I hope not. But let's really talk about the academic concern, because that seems to be where students really have a lot of questions. If you have a grade-related concern, maybe you have a concern about how something was graded in that course or your overall grade in that course, you first need to talk to your course instructor. You need to make professional contact with your course instructor. If you are unable to come to a resolution or do not find the answer that you feel like is a resolution to your question or your concern, then you're going to go to your department chair. And that's where Danny Bergman comes in. you would contact Danny Bergman professionally with your concern, and Danny will try to address your concern. If at that point you do not feel like your concern has been adequately addressed, then you would start an appeal process for your grade. But I will tell you that I always find that usually it is addressed right here in these two steps. If you have an academic concern about an instructor, you are asked to first contact your course instructor or the department chair. I always say first start out with your course instructor. Make sure you professionally address your course instructor with what your concern is. If you don't feel like things have been resolved, then you would go to your department chair right here. Now, if the department chair happens to be teaching your course and you have gone to your course instructor, who is your department chair, and that can't be resolved, then you would contact the dean of the college of the instruction. And so your dean that you would contact would be Clay Stoll. And so Clay would be able to provide you the support that you need. He is the associate dean here in our college, and he would be your go-to person that you would contact. If you don't feel like anything has been resolved right here, that's where right here you can contact the dean of your academic college with your concern. And Shirley Lefevre, who's the dean of the college, and Clay Stoll will address your concerns. At that point, if you don't feel like it's resolved, then you'll see that there is a step 3. If you have an issue about the program or another issue that's unrelated to the grade or the instructor, you would contact your department chair, and that would be where you would contact Dr. Danny Bergman. If you feel like things are not resolved at that point, then you would contact your dean, and then you see that there is a step 3. So I really encourage you to follow this resolution guide. Really think about setting up a professional rapport with your instructors and working with your instructors to see if you can get your concerns addressed. But as always, we want you to be successful, and we want you to find success within this program. So I just want to make you aware of this resolution guide. Okay, let me go back to the PowerPoint. So looking at this PowerPoint, you're going to find, hold on, I don't think I shared it correctly. See if I can get back to it. Okay, going back to this PowerPoint, you will find the next slide is going to talk to you about your degree works and your plan of study. Now this is going to be important for you to access. You would go to this link. After you log into your MyWSU, you're going to go to My Classes tab. Within the My Classes tab, in the middle column, you're going to scroll down until you locate a box that looks like this. You're going to click on Run My Degree Works Audit. Within your Degree Works Audit, you're going to find various information. This is where you're going to find information about your GPA. You're going to find information about the courses that transferred in. You're going to see which classes you have completed and which courses you still need to complete. So it's important that you look at your degree works. If you have any questions about your degree works, you do need to contact your TAP academic advisor. So that's where you're going to contact Emily and Madison at parapath@wichita.edu, and they can address your questions in regards to your degree works. Now, why is it important for you to understand your degree works? Well, it's important that you understand your degree works because it's going to tell you what you need to enroll in each semester. It also is going to be a way for you to gauge your ability to see if you're even eligible for the limited TAP license. Because the limited TAP license, which is available within this program, is based upon everything that's everything that is in your degree works. So what is the limited TAP license? Well, when this program was developed, the Teacher Apprentice Program, the premise is that paraeducators would progress from being a paraeducator to a teacher of record through some distinct stages while they were completing the program. Please know that as a candidate in the TAP program, this is an option. it's not required that you be hired as a teacher of record under the limited TAP license while completing this program. You can complete this entire program as a paraeducator and then apply for your initial license. But we do have candidates and districts that like to hire their paras while they're completing this program. But in order to do that, you do have to meet certain requirements, and we're going to talk about what those certain requirements are. Now, when you hear us use the word teacher of record, what we mean is that you are a classroom teacher. You are hired under the district's contract to serve as the teacher in a designated classroom. Now, what you need to understand, though, is as the teacher of record, you can only be hired in a general education classroom at the birth through 6th grade level, or as a special ed teacher at the birth through grade 3 level. You can't teach 4th, 5th, and 6th grade special ed on this limited TAP license. There are no waivers granted with this restricted license, the limited TAP license. If you are hired as a classroom teacher while finishing this program, under the limited TAP license, you may only teach general education, birth through 6th grade, or in a special ed assignment at the birth through grade 3 level. Now, who do you ask if you have questions about the license? You would ask Tierney Mount. So go back to that slide with the designated individuals and make sure you capture her contact information, because that is who you're going to want to talk to. Now, a candidate wanting to apply for teaching positions and then apply for the license must meet the requirements on page 5. You can't get the limited TAP license until you have a teaching job, and you can't apply for teaching jobs until you meet the requirements on page 5 of the WSU TAP licensure manual. So how do you get that licensure manual? I want you to go to the TAP webpage, which is www.wichita.edu/TAP. Make sure you bookmark or add this page to your favorites for future access. After you bookmark the page, scroll down to the Limited Apprentice License for the TAP Program tab. And it's a plus sign, and then it will say Limited Apprentice License for the TAP Program. Open this tab where you're going to find some general information, but you're going to want to click on the active link to learn more. And that active link is, please view the WSU TAP licensure information. If you click on that WSU TAP licensure information link, you're going to find an entire manual that talks about this. And yes, you can share this with your principal or your building administrator or your school administrators. But when you go to this manual, I want you to look at page 5. And what you're going to find on page 5 is the requirements that you must meet in order to apply for jobs. And then if you get hired in a job, then you can apply for the limited TAP license. And we're going to talk about what those 5 requirements are here in just a moment. And many of you are going to ask me, how do I know if I meet these requirements? Well, to know if you meet requirements 2 through 6 on page 5 of the manual, you're going to follow the directions in the Limited TAP License FAQ PDF, which I have attached to this module. So if you go to that, I walk you step by step, how you're going to be able to determine that information and if you are eligible. So let's go to the TAP licensure page and let's talk about what are these 5 requirements and what does this mean as a candidate in this program. So give me just a moment here. I'm going to access the TAP webpage, which is www.wichita.edu. And let me start sharing this page so that you can see it as I type. Okay, so you're going to notice I've captured the address, www.wichita.edu/TAP. I will go to this webpage. And on this webpage, you couldn't see all of that. So let me try that again just to make sure so that you see. wichita.edu/TAP. Here's the address. It will go to the TAP page, which should look like this. Hold on, let me get this. I got too many screens going. Okay, so here's your TAP webpage where you should be. And you will scroll down here to this tab that says a limited apprentice license for the TAP program. If you click on it, it's going to give you some general overall information. What you want to click on is this link right here. And what it's going to do, it's going to open up the licensure manual. If you go to page 5, here are the requirements that you must meet. You must meet requirements 2 through 6 in order to be eligible to apply for jobs. Then, if you are offered a position as a classroom teacher, because the district sees great potential in you based upon the needs of the district, then you can apply for the license. And so the question is how do you know if you meet requirements 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? Well, you're going to know this by accessing the limited TAP license FAQ. And I walk you through how to determine if you meet these requirements. And you would be able then to see if you meet requirements 2 through 6. So follow the limited TAP license FAQ, complete the task assignment for task 3, and you will be able to find all of your answers to this. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me as your course instructor or Jancy Ramirez as your course instructor. We look forward to working with you in this program, and it's going to be exciting.